Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Jesse Ainebiona, an entrepreneur, speaker, and trainer. Today we begin a new series on self-discovery. And how did this come about? Recently, I was moderating a webinar for students, and there was a question that came out that quite intrigued me. And let me just read for you the question. The question was saying, what career advice would you give to a university graduate who is still confused about a career path? Now think about that. This person is asking what career advice one would give to a university graduate that is confused about their career path. This simply means that someone has gone to school, graduated, finished school, and they are now wondering, what am I going to do with my life? What a situation. And I must say, this person is not alone. There are so many other people. And then later on, a few weeks ago, I've been having interactions with people asking me, Jesse, I don't quite feel the kind of work I'm doing. I want to move on to something that gives me more meaning. I feel this is draining life out of me. And that is what prompted me to begin a series on something that I have called Discovering Yourself. So getting on a journey of self-discovery. And I must say I relate with these students who asked these questions, because that is exactly where I was a few years ago. Many times our career choices are not informed by some strong processes behind it. Take, for example, myself. I went to school like anybody here in Uganda. There is a huge motivation at high school to work towards getting government sponsorship. So government sponsorship simply means the government is the one going to pay your tuition, your parents, or you will not have to fund yourself at the university if you graduate, if you get good grades, and you can go to university on merit on government sponsorship. That was my goal when I was in high school. And when I was filling in choices, my target was not what I wanted to be. My target was, where can I get government sponsorship? So now you can imagine what I was basing on to make a career choice, something that I'm going to do for the rest of my life. That is how most of us make the choices we make. Now, in my case, it was government sponsorship, but maybe for somebody else, it might be what their parent wants them to do. So at the end of the day, you're doing something not really because you want it, not really because you like it, not really because you love it, but because the government is paying, or your parent wants you to do something that they really want, not you, but them. So at the end of the day, you're doing this for somebody else. So in my case, I was doing physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology, and I was asking myself, where could I get government scholarship? So I filled in choices, and it so happened that I was taken up on government sponsorship for mechanical engineering. So that's how I end up at the university doing mechanical engineering. Now, is this what I want to do? Absolutely not. Is this what I enjoy doing? Absolutely not. Is it what I am built for? Absolutely not. Now, what happens later on when someone goes into a job that they don't like? That is where the sense of lack of fulfillment, no love for what you're doing, this pandemic of purposelessness begins to take over. And I think this can certainly render you to a life of, just moving through the motions because you have to work. And I don't think that's how life is supposed to be. And that is why, with all that in mind, I thought, let me do something that I call 6 P's to a journey of self-discovery. So over the next 6 videos, I'm going to be sharing 1 P. Interestingly, all of them begin with letter P, and as you're going to see, I hope that this will be fulfilling and gratifying for you to know that you can get on a journey to discover yourself. So first things first, why is this important? Like I have mentioned already, the dilemma now is that there are so many people that are doing things, they don't like them, they don't enjoy them, and no wonder we just settle for minimum standards. No wonder you just go to work, you just do things, and you can't wait to go home. No wonder when it gets to Friday, you were so excited because thank God it's Friday. You're going home for the weekend. You're not going to have to go to work. And then when Monday comes around the corner, oh my goodness, you just dread. You literally drag your feet to get to the workplace. And I don't think that is how it's supposed to be. Work is supposed to be fulfilling. It is supposed to be meaningful. It's supposed to be enjoyable. It is supposed to be fun. And that is what we are going to be looking at. And the other thing that we need to have at the back of our minds, even before we jump into the first P, which I'm going to share in this video today, is we just need to remember always that you are one of a kind. You are special. There is no one that has been on this planet like you. There is no one that is like you, and there is no one that will ever be like you. So your life cannot just be lived going through the motions. You are one of a kind. Celebrate yourself. You deserve to live a life that is meaningful, a life that is enjoyable, a life that is fun, and a life that is fulfilling. Unfortunately, most of us compare ourselves to what others can do, and that is the number one stealer of joy from our lives. I like this picture where they put a bird, they put a monkey, they put an elephant, a fish, and a dog. And then the examiner is right in front of the animals and is saying, for a fair test of this exam, all of us are going to climb that tree. And I will tell you, I think many times life treats us like that. And this author, Albert Einstein, makes a very profound statement right under there. Because if you give that exam, who do you think will get an A+ in the test of climbing a tree? Most likely a monkey will come out on top. But a fish, which was not designed to climb but rather to swim, is going to find itself getting an F. And Albert Einstein makes an interesting statement. He said, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it might live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So what does that mean? It means that all of us have been designed for something special, and that's why I want to get into the first P, which is purpose. Purpose simply means the reason for your existence. Purpose is the reason why you are here. Purpose is the reason why you wake up every day. Purpose is what gives our lives meaning. Miles Monroe said that the tragedy of life is not death. The tragedy of life is living without a purpose. I think for us to discover ourselves, for us to begin to have a life that is meaningful, a life that is fulfilling, a life that is truly a life that is going to add value not only to us but also to many other people, we have to first discover the first P, which is purpose. And how do you discover this thing called purpose? Again, I'm reminded of this statement that there are two best days in our lives. One is the day we were born, the day you were born. But the second most important day is the day you discover why. And I think that talks about discovering why you are here. Now, I'll tell you, it's not something that happens once like that. No, it is a journey. It is something that, you continue to reflect upon until you get to that place where you feel crystal clear that this is exactly why I am here. I just want to walk you through three things that I personally did, or that you can consider as you find out your purpose, your reason for being here. The first is what I call look within. Look within. What does that mean? It means look inside you and ask yourself, what are my strengths? What do I enjoy doing? What am I good at? Look within and begin to do some self-evaluation. Do some self-analysis. Do some deep introspection. Ask yourself these questions. Find a quiet place and sit down and ask yourself these questions. If you have never done that, the sooner you do, the better. You might be surprised by what you find. And then as you begin to look within, the second thing I like to say is look outside. In other words, there might be some things that you don't know about you, but there could be some things that someone else who knows you is looking at and is realizing that this is something that you are good at that you may not even be aware of. So ask a few trusted people People that really know you well and will give you authentic feedback. Let them tell you what they see about you. There could be some things about you that you have no clue about. And that is why it helps to have somebody looking into us, looking at us and telling us where they think we operate at our best. And then the third is, so the first is look within, then look outside, and then look up. Now, when I say look up, what do I mean? I mean look to God. Because I believe that God is our creator. If you want to find the purpose of something, you don't ask the thing. If you buy an electronic device, what you find inside the pack is a manual. The manual is the manufacturer's guide on how the device operates. In the same way, if you truly believe that you were made by God, why not ask the manufacturer what he designed you to do? And that was one of my experiences, because having gone on to the university on government sponsorship to do mechanical engineering, I was just not feeling it. I was just in the workshops and things were not happening because I just didn't have a connection with all these machines. So one time we were doing an activity on welding, and this was an interesting and insightful session for me. So we were doing this activity on welding. What was happening is that if you know welding, you connect metals together using a certain, the welding rod. So I would get the welding rod and try to put the metals together. And whenever that would happen, the dazzling light would zzz, I would look aside because it was so uncomfortable to my eyes. So because I was looking aside, I would miss the jointing part, the place where you mix them. So this kept on going on for some time, and somebody was watching me, looking at me, struggling and fumbling. And then he reached out to me and said, "Young man, let me help you. Let me help you." So he came and held the two metals, and then he got the welding rod. And he just looked at me and connected them, and he said, "These things are very easy." And right at that moment, as he was doing it, I could see the joy in his heart as he was doing that activity. I made a silent prayer and I said, "God, the way this man enjoys what he's doing, I pray that I will also find something that I will enjoy to do so much that it does not seem like work." And I want to say, many years down the road, I can look back and say, thank God, because he answered that prayer. Today, the work that I do of empowering people through speaking engagements, through sessions, through many other things that I do, is truly something that gratifies my spirit. It doesn't feel like work. I could literally do it for free. But it is all because I looked up and the Creator, God, answered that prayer. So I want to encourage you, if you are at a place of confusion, you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, look within, look around, and look up. I believe that you will begin to get some clues on what you are here for. So the first P on the journey of self-discovery is purpose. Find your purpose. And I want to end with this quotation, that where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. Where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. What does that mean? It means if you don't know your purpose, you will end up abusing yourself. If the knife, for example, a knife is designed for something, it's supposed to be cutting things in the kitchen and things like that. If you use that knife and you begin to attack other people, now you are abusing it. It's not because the knife is bad, it's because it is being used for the wrong purpose. So where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. Let's get on a journey of discovery beginning with purpose. In the next video, I will be taking on another P, which is potential. See you in the next video.